The ney is one of the oldest instruments of the world. The instrument is continuously performed for approximately the last 3,000 years. The ney is performed across the Near East, North Africa, Turkey, and some European countries. In Iran, the ney is performed according to a special technique called the technique of Isfahan. In this technique, the performer puts the ney inside of the mouth and uses the mouth, the teeth, and the sinus cavities in the head and in the nose as a resonant chamber. The result is one of the most haunting sounds that you will find, because when the performer performs the fundamental, the upper harmonics also will sound together with what the fundamental is played by the performer. And it creates in one of the most beautiful and haunting sound, and also is a very, very difficult technique. And it is only this technique is used in Iran. My wonderful friend, Mr. Khosrow Soltani, will demonstrate this technique, and he will demonstrate the ney. What I will talk about is my piece, Toward That Endless Plain, Concerto for Persian Ney and Orchestra. I wrote this for my wonderful friend Khosrow Soltani, and this is a piece written for the Persian ney and the Western Symphony Orchestra. It has been performed many times in United States and in Europe. The first performance in United States was in Boston in 2006. The piece was a joint commission from the Boston Modern Orchestra and the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra. It was first performed in the United States on March 10, 2006 by Khosrow Soltani, solo ney, and the Boston Modern Orchestra Project, conducted by Gil Rose, and in November 3rd and November 4th, 2007 by the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra, conducted by Jeffrey Khaan, Khosrow Soltani, solo ney. It has been many times performed in Europe and in United States. What I like to do is just to give a very short information about the piece, and we will listen to the work together. The composition is written for Khosrow Soltani and is dedicated to the memory of Mr. Soltani's wife, Farzaneh Navai. The content and the title of the work are inspired by a poem by the 20th century Persian mystic poet Sohrab Sepehri. What I will do is first I will read the Persian, the original Persian, and then I will read the translation. باید امشب بروم. باید امشب چمدانی را که به اندازه پیراهن تنهایی من جا دارد بردارم و به سمتی بروم که درختان حماسی پیداست. روح به آن وسعت بیواژه که همواره مرا میخواند. I must depart tonight, taking a suitcase the size of my loneliness. I must go where the mythical trees are in sight, toward that endless plain that always is calling me to itself. The concerto consists of a prelude and 3 movements. The second and the third movement are connected through an interlude. Throughout the concerto, the solo ney characterizes the seeker, Salik or Rahro in Persian, while the orchestra embodies the environment of the seeker, Wadi in Persian. Brief descriptions of each movement. The first prelude, the abyss, Chah Zulmat. The abyss of human ego, the environment of fear, terror, violence, and war. The music of the prelude is extremely harsh and dissonant. The sound of the sirens at the end of the prelude forebodes an impending catastrophe. Movement 1 passage, Gozar. The movement starts with the entrance of the solo ney, playing in the somber Persian mode of Bayat Kurd. The solo ney gradually ascends to higher registers, moving through a series of tetrachords of the mode Shur, and finally reaching the Persian mode of Humayun at the end of the movement. Movement 2, ecstatic dance, Sama. The second movement is based on the two upper tetrachords of the Persian mode Humayun. The character of the movement recalls the mystic dance of the whirling dervishes, Sama. Interlude, return to the abyss, برگشت به چاه ظلمت. The interlude is based on the thematic material of the prelude. The musical language again becomes harsh and dissonant. Movement 3, descent and dissolve, Furud va Fana. The third movement is based on the Persian mode of Dashti. The musical material of the third movement is closely related to the thematic material of the first movement. Also, a variation of the main theme of the second movement returns in the third movement.
زمینه موسیقی دستگاهی ایران. بین تمام فعالیت‌هایی که تا الان داشتم، پر افتخارترین دوران زندگی هنریم همکاری با رضا والی بوده. همکلاس و دوست دوران مدرسه موسیقی در تهران و وین اتریش. نی کنسرت‌های والی که برای نی ارکستر نوشته شده فراتر از تکنیک نوازندگی نی هست که تاکنون شنیدیم. والی در این اثر به گشت و گذاری وسیع پرداخته به لحاظ استفاده کردن از گوشه‌های متداول موسیقی دستگاهی ایران برای سولیست. رضا والی این قطعه را برای من نوشته و تاکنون تمام اجراها به وسیله من بوده. ولی من امیدوارم روزی این قطعه را با نوازندگی نیزن دیگری بشنویم، چون در ایران نوازندگان بسیار خوبی برای این ساز داریم. یک جمله دیگرم باز میکنم. بارها و بارها از من سوال شده که آیا در موسیقی ایران هم همانطور در شعر نیمایی داشتیم، کسی را به عنوان نیمای موسیقی ایران داریم؟ هیچ وقت نتونستم جواب این سوال رو بدم. ولی امروز با تمام تجربیات چند ده ساله میتونم بگم به نظر من رضا والی نیمای موسیقی معاصر ایران است. امیدوارم که اهل موسیقی بیشتر با کارهای ایشان آشنا بشن.